Look around you. Go on. Take a slow look at the faces beside you, the faces in the rows ahead, the faces in the seats behind. Some of you have known each other for 4 years. Some of you barely spoke. Some of you pulled all-nighters together. Some of you cried in bathrooms you thought were empty. Some of you prayed in the dark, asking God or the universe, or whatever you believe holds this world together, asking something bigger than yourself to just please let this work out, and you made it. But I want to begin this morning by telling you something that nobody in a cap and gown ever says clearly enough. Something I wish someone had said to me when I sat where you now sit. What you've achieved today is not the beginning of your arrival. It is the end of your preparation for the hardest exam you will ever take. The exam of becoming who you were made to be. My name is of no consequence. What matters is that I've failed more than most people you will ever meet. I've also been given more grace than I deserved. And somewhere in the distance between those two facts, in that long valley between failure and grace, I learned the only lesson that has ever truly set me free. You must disappear. Asterisk, before I formed you in the womb. I knew you in the book of Jeremiah. God says something so extraordinary that theologians have spent centuries trying to fully hold its weight. He says, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I don't care what tradition you come from. I don't care whether you pray on a mat 5 times a day, or in a pew on Sundays, or on your knees alone at midnight in a language you're still making up. That verse carries one truth that cuts across all of it. You were known before you were named, which means before the degree, before the grades, before the acceptance letter, before the rejection letter, before the coach cut you, before the relationship ended, before the business failed, before the test result that wrecked your parents' evening. You were already known, already set apart, already assigned a purpose that the world does not give, and therefore the world cannot take. This is not a motivational cliche. This is the foundation. Because if you do not know who you are, the world will spend every single day of your life telling you, and it will be wrong every single time. For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. You are not an accident. You are not a demographic. You are not your GPA. You are not your Instagram following. You are not your parents' dreams or your hometown's limits. You are a work, a specific, intentional, unrepeatable work, and the tragedy is not failing to live up to the world's expectations of you. The tragedy is failing to live up to the original design now. I need to warn you about something. Asterisk, they will celebrate you today, as they should. Your families spent money and sleep and worry and prayer to get you here. Receive it, enjoy it. Take the photos. Hug the people who cried for you. But tomorrow and every day after, I need you to understand this. The mountain that God calls you to climb has a shadow on the other side. And most people who fail great destinies do not fail at the bottom. They fail near the summit. You know why Moses didn't enter the promised land? It wasn't because he doubted in the desert. It wasn't because he feared Pharaoh. It was because he struck the rock when God said, "Speak to it." One moment of ego. One moment of, "I'll do this my way." 40 years of faithfulness. And then pride took him to the edge of everything he'd worked for and said, "This far, no further." Success is not the end of the danger. Success is where the real danger begins. When the money comes, it will whisper, You don't need anyone anymore. When the title comes, it will whisper, the rules were made for smaller people. When the praise comes, it will whisper, you were always better than them. I have watched brilliant people more gifted than I will ever be, lose everything on that mountain. Not because the climb was too hard, because the summit made them forget why they started climbing. So I ask you today, why are you climbing? If the answer is about proving something to someone who doubted you, you will reach the top and find it hollow. If the answer is status and salary, those are fine goals, but they are not enough to sustain you through the nights when the mountain pushes back. But if the answer is purpose, if the answer is service, if the answer is, I was made for something and I intend to find out what it is and give it everything I have, then you have the fuel that does not run out. Asterisk, I want to talk to you about failure, not the sanitized TED Talk version where someone tells you about their one setback and how it led to their billion-dollar company. I mean the kind of failure that makes you sit in your car in a parking lot and cry until you're hollow. I failed badly in ways I am still too embarrassed to fully describe. In public, I started something and watched it collapse. I trusted someone and got burned. I made a promise I couldn't keep. I looked at myself in the mirror one particular Tuesday morning and genuinely could not find one single reason to be proud of the person looking back. And in that moment, in the ashes of what I thought my life was supposed to look like, I found the thing that changed everything. I found out what I was actually made of. You cannot know the strength of a rope until it is under tension. You cannot know the character of a person until they are under pressure. The failure was not the enemy of my story, it was the author of it. Denzel Washington, who is one of the finest actors and most quietly devout men working in this industry, said it perfectly. He said, fall forward. When you fall, don't fall back into what's familiar and safe. Fall forward toward what's possible and terrifying in yours. Every master was once a disaster. Every expert was once a beginner who embarrassed themselves publicly and kept going. Every great building in this world required scaffolding that looked nothing like the finished structure. You are the scaffolding right now. The building comes later. So here is my command to you, not suggestion, not encouragement, command. Fail in the direction of your dreams. Fail loudly. Fail specifically. Fail in ways that prove you are attempting something magnificent, because the only unforgivable failure, the only one that God, fate, the universe, call it what you will, the only one that truly closes doors permanently, is the failure of never trying. Don't let the fear of falling stop you from the climb. The view from the mountain is for those willing to lose their footing on the way up. Asterisk, now let me get practical with you. Because inspiration without structure is just a feeling, and feelings don't file tax returns. They don't show up at 5 a.m. They don't do the unglamorous middle work of transformation. Here is the framework that I believe in. 3 words. Simple enough to tattoo. Hard enough to live. Asterisk first. Dream. I mean really dream. Uncomfortably big. The kind of dream that makes you feel like a fool for having it. The kind that, if you told your most cynical friend, they'd go quiet for a second before saying, that's a lot. Dream in full color. Dream in specific detail. Don't say, I want to be successful. Successful at what? Doing what? Serving whom? Where? By when? Dream with precision. A specific dream is a plan waiting to be activated. A vague dream is just an excuse to stay comfortable. Habakkuk 2:22 says, "Write the vision and make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it." Write your vision down. Somewhere you'll see it. Because when the road gets hard, and it will, you need to be able to run toward something, not just away from something. Second, set goals. A dream without a goal is a wish. A goal is a dream with a deadline and a plan. Break it down. If the dream is the destination, goals are the mile markers. What does this look like in 10 years? 5 years? 1 year? This month? This week? Today? What is one thing, one concrete, specific, measurable thing you can do today that the person you want to become would be proud of? Do that thing. Then do it again tomorrow. Then again. Compound interest is not just a financial concept. It is a spiritual law. Small faithfulness, applied consistently over time, produces extraordinary outcomes. Do not despise the day of small beginnings. Third, discipline. Now here is where most people fall. Not at the dream stage, everyone can dream. Not even at the goal stage, everyone can write a list. They fall at discipline. Discipline is not willpower. Willpower runs out. Willpower is a finite resource that gets depleted by stress, by hunger, by heartbreak, by exhaustion. Discipline is a system. It is the architecture of your days. Who you become is not determined by what you do when you feel motivated. It is determined by what you do when you don't, when you're tired, when you're discouraged, when nobody's watching, when the results aren't showing yet, when every rational thought in your head is saying this isn't working, give up, go back to the easy thing. That moment, that precise, brutal, unglamorous moment is where character is forged. The person you want to become is already alive somewhere inside you. Discipline is not the cage you put around yourself. It is the chisel that removes everything that isn't you. And this is why I say, disappear. There will come a season in your life, maybe soon, maybe not for years, when you realize that who you are right now is not yet who you need to be. And in that season, you have a choice. Stay visible and comfortable and half-formed, performing for the crowd, or disappear into the work. Disappear into the books, the practice, the early mornings, the late nights, the prayer, the reflection, the failure, the correction, the rebuilding. Let the world wonder where you went. Let the noise of other people's opinions go quiet. Get in the room with your purpose, and stay there until you've become something worth coming back out for. Muhammad Ali disappeared into the gym when his name was still Cassius Clay. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school team and disappeared into something no one was watching yet. Jesus spent 30 years in obscurity before 3 years that changed the world. The greatest things in this world were built in private before they were revealed in public. Asterisk. Now I need to tell you the hardest thing I know. Everything I've said so far, the discipline, the dreams, the becoming, all of it is incomplete. Without this, it is not enough to become. You must give back. I have met people who are extraordinary achievers, brilliant, accomplished, decorated, and I have met people who are good, genuinely, quietly, profoundly good, and the ones I still think about, the ones whose names I say when I'm trying to explain to young people what a life well lived looks like. They are almost never in the first category. Alone, the ones who haunted me, the ones who changed me. They were the ones who used everything they built, as a bridge for someone else to cross. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Your light is not for you. Your light is through you. Think about who is coming behind you. Think about the kid who looks like you, from a place like yours, who has never seen anyone do what you are about to do. They are watching, not your social media, not your brand. They are watching your life, and your life, lived with courage and integrity and generosity, is the most powerful argument any of them will ever encounter, that this is possible for them too. When you get the seat at the table, and you will pull up another chair. When you break through a ceiling, and you will reach back and help someone else through the gap. When you find the path, and you will turn around and mark the trail for those who come after. Harriet Tubman freed herself. Then she went back 11 times, every time risking everything she'd gained. This was not obligation. This was calling. This was the understanding that freedom is not fully realized in the individual. It is only complete when it flows outward. What is your Harriet moment going to be? I am not asking you to be a martyr. I am asking you to be generous, to tithe your time, your knowledge, your connections, your mercy, to remember when you were at the top, what it felt like to be at the bottom, reaching for a hand that wasn't there, and to be the hand. Asterisk, I want to close with you the way I would want someone to have closed with me, not with applause lines, not with a story that makes you feel good for 15 minutes and then fades. I want to close with a commission. You are leaving here today with more than a degree. You are leaving with a name, not the name on the diploma, though that is real and earned and worth celebrating. I mean the name that was spoken over you before you were born. The assignment, the calling, the thing the world will be less full of if you fail to show up for it. Someone is waiting on the other side of your obedience. Someone's life depends on you becoming who you were made to be. So here is your charge. Claim what is yours. Stop apologizing for your ambition. Stop shrinking to fit into spaces that were never designed to hold you. Stop waiting for someone to give you permission to be extraordinary. Claim it with both hands, with everything in you. In the name of the God who made you, or the purpose that drives you, or the ancestors who bled so you could stand here, claim it. Work like it means something, because it does. Every unglamorous Tuesday, every 5 a.m. alarm, every moment when quitting would be the rational thing to do. Work. Let your work be your sermon. Let your consistency be your testimony. Let the life you build be the evidence that what God puts in a person, no circumstance can take out. Reach back. When you make it, when, not if, do not make it alone. Do not make it quietly. Do not let your success become a private island. Turn it into a bridge. Give it away. Teach what you know. Open what was closed. Fund what was unfunded. Mentor what was mentored and kept you going. Be the reason someone else makes it who otherwise wouldn't have. Somewhere in this room is someone who will change a city. Someone who will cure something. Someone who will build something that outlasts all of us. Someone who will raise children who will be better than we were. Someone who will write the poem, or the law, or the code, or the song that shifts something in the world that has been unmovable for too long. I don't know which one of you it is, but I am absolutely certain if you disappear into the work, if you let faith be your foundation and discipline be your practice, if you fall forward and get up every time, if you refuse to define yourself by the world's narrow categories, If you build not for status, but for service, then every single person in this room has the capacity to become exactly who they were made to be, not a version of someone else, not a safe, acceptable, easily categorized, crowd-pleasing facsimile, yourself, fully. Finally, FEARLESSLY. Disappear. Do the work, come back, magnificent. God bless you. Now go be who you were made to be.